and welcome back to my channel. We've been making marinara, so I really thought we needed some meatballs to go with it. So welcome to Gigi's Kitchen, and we're going to get ready and make a few little meatballs, and we're going to douse our marinara on it and then put them in the oven. We'll serve them up with a little pasta and spinach, and it'll be a really nice meal. Now I will have to say that my meatballs are very basic. I don't put a lot of filler in them. I just stick with the main ingredients that I like, and we go from there. The sauce is really the star of the show. The meatballs will absorb the sauce and then they all kind of cook together, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. But I'm going to go over my ingredients real quick, and then we're going to make up meatballs. In here I have 1 pound of ground chuck, 80-20. It goes in the pan. And here I have some pork sausage. Now you can use whatever sausage you like, but I have 1 pound of ground chuck and 1/2 pound of sausage. So on my sausage, you could use Italian sausage, you could use pork sausage. This is a breakfast pork sausage style. You could use anything you want. I've known people to use, take a bratwurst and use this bratwurst sausage meat. So it's whatever flavor you want to develop, you do it like you want. Just remember 1/2 pound of sausage. So I always add in about a cup of panko. You can put breadcrumbs if you like. You could also even use saltines. I always add 1 egg. And then I add my no salt original seasoning. And I do a good layer of this. I've got my pepper in here. I'm not going to add too much salt to it because my sauce is salty, but I will add a little bit. So as you can see, I don't have any cheese in here. I don't have any milk and bread in here. I just have meat and a little bit of binder for the egg. Now the reason is I really like very beefy meatballs. And when I go to fry them up, I will brown them in the skillet. And then we will add the sauce and put the sauce in them. But as you massage the meat, they will become sticky and they will hold together. Then when you brown them, they will crust over and hold together. But they'll make just enough little crack in the meatball to allow some of the juice of the meatball to come out and add flavor to your sauce. So as you can see, I'm just smashing this down. Then I turn it over, and you can do this with your hands if you want. And I like my meatballs to be about the size of a golf ball. Not real big. You can make bigger ones, baseball size, softball size, grapefruit size. Make a meatloaf. That's how I like mine. And then everybody gets like 33 meatballs and sauce. So I get a little bit, and then I kind of smash it around and then fit it into the little cup of my hand. If it fits in there, I know I have the right size. Then I roll it around until it sticks together. If it doesn't start sticking together, I smash it around a little more. There's our meatballs, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. That's way more than meatballs than we need for tonight. So I will freeze these. After I've cooked them in the sauce, they will go into the freezer too. Or maybe we might have meatball subs later in the week with the sauce and the meatball on some French baguettes. Now that sounds really good too. Okay, let's move to the stove and get these guys going. And don't forget, at the end of the video, you'll get to see a bonus clip of how to make the marinara. It'll be a quick little, what do they call them, shorts? So it'll be there, and I will add it to the end of the video, then you can see how to make the marinara. Oh yeah, hear that sizzle? That's what we want. Going in. Whoop. And as usual, I always go clockwise. Make sure when you're doing this that you're leaving plenty of room between each one. We don't want them to sting each other. We want to brown them. So that's probably pretty good right there. And we'll just let those go for a few minutes. My flame is still a medium high. So we'll see if I need to turn it down, I will. We're going to let that brown, then we're going to roll them to another side. We're going to do at least 3 sides. Ready, see, brown. I'm going to flip it over. And if you keep rolling, just smash it a little. It's okay if it's not perfectly round. Now we're going to go back around the clock. There we go. And this may be what I need to be cutting my flame down a little bit. You do it? So what I do is I'm going to grab the sides of it and I'm going to jiggle a little bit and then it just comes loose from the pan. You want to smack that down in there. There we go. Jiggle a bit. It should break loose. Yep. And once it breaks loose, you can roll it over. Now, if you try to break it loose too thin, it will break apart on you. And then you will have hamburger meat. There you go. Now, you'll let those fry for a minute or two, and then we'll roll them to another side. And maybe I'll do another side. I don't know. We'll see how they look once I get 2 sides done, then we'll do a third side. And I don't want to squeeze the juice out of them by pressing them. See if it's ready? Yep. So this time I'm going to turn it on its side. Now this time I will have to press it so it'll stay in place. I have to press it a little bit. Clock again, press it down. So we've got our meatballs back in. We've added our sauce. But I'm not going to cover all the meatballs. So, just like that. Then we're going to take some of this foil. And I'm just going to cover it on here a little ways. A little bit. Lightly. Not too much. Doesn't have to be a tight seal. And then it's going into a 375 oven for about 30 minutes until the meatballs are cooked through. So it's ready to go. Here we are with our meatballs. They're finished and we're ready to serve them. Get ready for the big reveal. Let's see how we look. Look how nice and creamy that sauce reduced down. This came out of the oven, so it's very hot. I always take one of these mitt things and stick it on my handles just so nobody will come along and grab it, so you'll know why that's there. And I'm just gonna plate this up. Now, here's our bowl, but as you notice, it's not empty. In the bottom is our pasta, and that's some linguine I cooked up. But I always like to add a little bit of spinach in the bottom. You know, I can't just leave it alone. I got to have something else to jazz it up with. So, I crumble a little bit of spinach in there. It's not cooked. I didn't saute it. These meatballs are so hot, as soon as they go on there, that sauce is going to wilt them down. And I think probably 2 of these big old meatballs is probably plenty for anybody, but just for the sake of video, I'm gonna put a third one in there. Add a little extra sauce. Oh yeah, that looks really good. That sauce is so nice and thick. Look at that. Yum. And then we've got some garlic toast over here. And of course, we have to have fresh grated parm. Aged parm. Parmigiano Reggiano. A little bit over the top. There we go. And it's ready. We're ready to eat. Yum. This looks really good. I'm so glad you joined me so you can learn how to make some meatballs with marinara sauce. And hopefully you stuck around so you get to see how we made the marinara sauce in a quick little video that's coming up next. But anyway, thank you for coming. See you next week. Bye. And let's cook. We'll take the stove now. I've got my flame about medium high. Put in my olive oil. Onion, just a tad of salt. Grind me some black pepper. Stir them until they're nice and soft. Tomato paste. Dry herbs in. Fresh herbs. See how that's turning a little more dark? Our fresh tomatoes. My diced tomatoes are red wine. So allow this to simmer maybe 30 minutes or so. Here is our beautiful marinara simmering away. And look at that. That is what I call marinara.